Depths of Despair. It's good to see you again, sister.
Ah, you have good timing, friend. Kvera here is convinced her husband is possessed by a demon.
He is. Been disappearing all hours, coming home with bloody hands. He says he does not remember, but he was scaring me. So I tied him up in the cellar until I could get help.
And help you shall have. Come, show us where he is.
She's tied him up in the cellar. Yeah,
The door is damaged. Kvera, stay outside just in case.
All right.
what you've just said there is exactly what they're going for. I think that's like where they hired all the voice actors from and everything else, and that's kind of how they're dressed and everything else. It's a very like super like oppressed thing, because they've got like this major church right here that I'll walk up to, and the church is taking massive amounts of money from these people. You constantly have to donate to the church, and you know, food's scarce and everything else, but everyone has to keep paying this church, and it's just kind of crazy that they're all suffering just slightly downstairs from here, whereas this area is all, you know, golden stuff, golden statues. All the people who are super devout are up here saying, you know, cure my wounds and everything else. And you go in and these guys are just like making all the bank. They're absolutely fine. So yeah, that's sort of what's going on here. Oh, this is my werewolf form. Oh, I can't do that in town. Boo. Who would have thought like a werewolf wouldn't be welcome in town? But it gives me like 9% extra movement speed, so it's a bit of a shame I can't use it around town. We'll see the werewolf again in a minute, once we go over here into the Cellar of Doom. I'm assuming. Wait, I don't want to keep on opening the door, I want to go inside? Okay, there's a different clicky from going inside as opening the door. Whoa! There I am, werewolf man.
I don't see her husband.
What was that?
I think there's supposed to be some more dialogue here. My character just said, "What was that?" but then this other person didn't reply. Eh. That's funny. Yvira, what happened?
Vasek, my husband. He was hiding upstairs. He ran out there, quick, before he hurt someone else.
Are you all right?
It looks worse than it is. I will live. Go!
I don't think I've heard the thing that you just quoted there. Is that like a funny internet thing?
There! Damn, he's gone into the sewers!
Okay, went past him. Okay, so now we have a dungeon in town. That's kind of cool. That's hilarious. I can't believe I haven't seen that before.
Vasek, wait!
Okay, so I'm gonna start the next combat with like my ultimate ability where I become immunity and dash 10 times and do a load of damage. It's interesting because sometimes I don't crit and I kind of kill nothing with it, but the animation looks pretty badass. Right? Look at me dash around. It appeared in the trading card game. Damn. Yeah. The poison's kind of a bit of a nightmare for me, but I deal poison myself. A lot of my thing is poison. I've got the rabies here. Cooldown 12 seconds. Shapeshift into the werewolf. Bite infectiously. Deal 110 damage and applying 209 poisoning damage over 6 seconds. But the main thing is that the rabies just spreads out like crazy. I brought these 2 modifiers for it, so it does more damage over time. And it just spreads to every mob after I bit one. It's very, very cool. I'll start off with the rabies here, and you'll see how quickly the poison spreads to everyone. They're kind of like all greenish. Oh, these are the guys that detonate. Oh, no. Okay, these guys that are left. I bit one, and now they're all poisoning down, and the poison's getting bigger, dealing more damage, and then eventually it fades out. But while things are poisoned, the dogs do more damage, I do more damage to them, they're slowed, and I can crit them more often. It's just fun. There's a lot of well thought out interactions already. Oh, it'd be fun if you're playing this and you ask questions, because then I can sit there and I've got more to talk about on the stream, and that's way better than me just sitting here in silence with nothing to say. There's a resurrecting guy at the back. Oh yeah. Yeah, those are the shamans from Diablo that sit there and they keep resurrecting the guys, and they're even named the same, like the Fallen or whatever they're called. And yeah, it's those shamans that keep resurrecting those guys. Yep, they haven't left out really any of the monsters from their older games. They've just added more in there. Like for example, there's vampires in this one now, and I don't remember that being in the other games. There's just like straight up literal blood feasting vampire dudes, and like there's even all sorts of different units of vampires. They do different things. The caster guys are very different from the melee guys and the captains, and yeah, there's a decent amount of variety in there. Ouch, that all hurts a lot. And I don't know if you've noticed, but you've got an active dodge here. You press like the spacebar on the keyboard to do a dodge. And you get all sorts of benefits on gear, like mine cools down an extra second quicker when I kill things, or something or other with some of my gear on. You get multiple charges of the potion, which is very interesting, makes the game a lot more fun. And then I think there's something on bosses where you can see when they're going to guarantee drop an next health potion, so during boss fights, you are playing with 4 potions, but also you're guaranteeing them as you get to certain stages of the boss. So it's just great. Like the gameplay is a lot better than Diablo 3, even though it's quite similar to Diablo 3. It's just like Diablo 3 plus, which is good. And the graphics are actually nice on this, whereas Diablo 3 I think came out in a state where the graphics just looked terrible, even on release day, because other games were already doing the same genre but much better looking. Find poor Vazik, who's been possessed by a demon. That big one at the back, if he drops a stun on me, I might actually die. I'm on World Tier 2, and when these guys stun, they really wreck you. Yeah. But demonic possession's cool. World of Warcraft doesn't do any of that anymore. You just hug the kittens and save the giraffes, and it's getting on my nerves. So I built a really cool legendary effect in town. After completing a dungeon, you get like these permanent legendaries that you can apply to things. This one, that was very helpful for that combat, which meant that I didn't die. Imprinted with damaging an elite grants you a barrier absorbing up to 270 damage for the next 10 seconds. Can only happen once every 30 seconds. So, excellent. Just saved my life there. The other one I got is a druid-specific one. After killing an enemy with Shred, your next werewolf skill generates 20% more spirit and deals 20% increased damage. That's helping me out a lot.
It hurts. It hurts.
There he is. You can see him.
There. Careful. This situation is delicate.
Careful. What do we do now?
Like before, take my chalice and place it down as near him as you can. I'll keep his attention. Vasek, just stay calm. Will you say the litanies with me?
No, no, stay away.
Everything is going to be all right. Father Inarius, as I shed my wicked blood, let it be purified in thy light.
No, it won't.
Let the light fill the darkness. Something's wrong.
Oh! Can't walk through that or it'll slow you. It's like a slowing wall. Oh, damn. You get.
Relish your meaningless victory while you can.
Vasek, I've failed you. I'm so sorry. We need to get out of here.
So yeah, while I was frozen there, you cannot drink potions while frozen or stunned. And the main time you really want to drink a potion is when you're frozen and stunned and 50 things are hitting you. So it can be pretty deadly already at this point in the game. I think there's a lot of corridors I didn't look down. I kind of accidentally went the correct way to the boss immediately, and I like to have a look everywhere, so I'm gonna run back through and like see what's what. It's kind of cool because you've got so many potions and potions drop regularly. I could like drink a potion and then not be worried about having no potion for the next fight. I would just be down by one. But thankfully, as a druid, my Bloodhound heals me up. And as I kill people, I get a second after the Bloodhound cooldown, which isn't even very long anyway. While I'm doing the Bloodhound, my attack speed is increased by 15% for 4 seconds. I think what's really fun about this is that there seems to be a lot of potential for doing completely and utterly different characters. Like, I've picked up all the werewolf stuff really as we've gone along, but there was equal opportunity to be like a lightning caster, a wind caster, an earth caster, or a werebear the entire time. And on every row, they seem to include something from all of the different specs you could be, and you don't even have to follow a complete theme like I'm doing, so it just seems like going to be a lot of different things to do. I think they've already said they plan to like expand a lot of this with future DLCs or stuff of that nature. So, pretty happy. Let's see. There's nothing interesting in here. We're done. Being able to just teleport directly out of a dungeon to the landmass, brilliant. I love that. Such a nice feature. You're injured.
I'm fine. It's nothing one fire and rest can't cure. Thank you. As badly as things went, they would have been much worse without you. Somehow, I must find the words to talk Vera about our husband. Take care of yourself, child.
Damn, that does not feel like a victory with her limping off and the other guy dead. It kind of feels like we lost. Let's see, she gave me a bag full of stuff. Thank you for the resistance potions. We're heading off in about 10 minutes. Tomorrow when you get stuck here, be looking out again if you're streaming. Yeah, I mean, hopefully now that it's all set up, and if I really like the upstairs server and nothing goes any more wrong with it, I'll be streaming all day, every day for the rest of forever. And that'd be nice. Willpower! Yeah, I think we're gonna swap over to this. It's still got one socket on it. Yeah, it is good to have the bit of victories. Sure, I'll open that up again. I think I'm gonna swap out to that weapon. Half in a minute. Right, so let's see. True. Yeah. Okay. So, did you want to like specifically look over everything, because that could take a while? But yeah, just tell me what you want to see, and I will. Yeah, it does look a little bit like Path of Exile. It's definitely a lot different from the kind of things, you know, they've done before. But you like the big squares are all main abilities from one of the different schools or whatever your caster is doing, your character is doing. And then the things at the back improve it. And the last one, you can only choose one of them. See, it puts an X on the other one. So down here where I've got this, I no longer can have that. And then on a lot of these, there's also this little kind of minor tree with kind of like, you know, passive stuff on it. So if I was playing the Necromancer, this would be about giving my skeletons more health or something like that, rather than directly me. Whereas on this one, this is all skills that are basic skills, generate 6% more spirit, which was the skills prior. and on this side your core skills deal more damage but cost more spirit. And you could take these with any of them. They're a lot more generic, but not always, because down here further, like a tree over here, where it's all your storm skills do this, and you can move around between all the different things here that do more stuff to your storm skills. So you wouldn't ever take this if you were doing something other than storm skills. But it's interesting, they're like, you don't have to always take something that needs a hotkey. You can take things that have a load of passive effects in them. But they're really cool. There's a decent bit of variety around. Let's see. My ultimate ability. Each time Lacerate deals a critical strike, heal for 3% of your maximum life. Which is 12 at the moment. We're going to pick that up, because that's great.
Just take the bread, stubborn fool. It was free. I don't need a handout from those cathedral bastards.
Gut feeling. Always gut feeling. I never follow anyone else's builds when I'm doing these kinds of things. Even to my detriment. Like Path of Exile, you really don't want to play without following someone else's builds. And yet I put like 2,000-3,000 hours in it with just doing what I wanted. So my theme is basically pick up the werewolf stuff and then, you know, walk around, hope for the best. It means that if I pick up any passive stuff that's like, all your werewolf skills do this better, it means that everything that I've chosen along the way is at least a werewolf skill. So I don't have to worry about whether those points were worth it overall. Obviously I'll play some other stuff later on, once I got it all figured out. So that guy was firing at me, but there's an event over this way. I can see like an orange thing on my map. Oh, these are cool. I don't know if you saw any of this, but you can like parkour over things where there's a marker. Respecking is super duper easy. A little bit of money and you're gone, so yeah, just like World of Warcraft style. Spread the rabies. Then the wolves after a guy. Yum. Here we are in an event. Oh no. Oh, or maybe. Yeah, event joined. Cult of the Wicked. Slay all enemies at the Radiance Field Cemetery. Combat is hella smooth. I was telling another friend of mine, in World of Warcraft, if I want to swap to cat form on a druid, use one attack from cat form, and then be able to do other things again, I have to use a global cooldown, the global cooldown for the ability, and then another global cooldown to be back out again. And it's bad. Druid in WoW is not fluid at all. Whereas this, simply hitting a key turns me into a werewolf, as it does the ability. And it's great. If I had like a werewolf ability and then a werebear ability, I would just magically shift between both of them during the animation. And if you can do something during the animation and make it fun, why is World of Warcraft Druid still how it is at the moment? Where it's not fun to play it because of the extra shifting time where you then can't press anything. Yeah, the new Evoker thing does sound kind of interesting for World of Warcraft. But for this, you know, I've got a very simple, like, thing going on. Like, I've got, if I'm completely out of my spirit bar, I've got Claw, which generates spirits, but it kind of suck. I've got, like, this kind of attack speed. At the moment, I haven't picked up more attack speed. And it's bad. But then once I've gained enough, and I'm on to my spender ability, Shred, I attack really fast, I do tons of damage, and it also dashes me to any enemy that I target with. So I've got a very simple thing where it's painfully slow for a while I'm building, but then it's amazing while I'm spending, and it's just got a really nice loop to it. And it just flows into each ability so smoothly. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Yeah, catch you later on, and have a good time until I see you next, and then we'll chat more about stuff. Oof, we culled the wicked. We culled the wicked good for all of their gems. I guess I don't particularly mind getting rid of my 1 rank of wolves, but the stuff on here just isn't all that great. I might take it though, just for the extra armor. I'm already down to 26%. I had 28% armor reduction, but I've been leveling up and then not getting any better gear in a lot of places. Ooh, gloves is painful. I'd lose my rank of Shred. I'm gonna do it though, because my old stuff is really old. The item power is just like 50, 60 more. And quick strike chance, willpower, that's fine. Go have fun. Can we do the dungeon while we're right here next to it? Let's do the dungeon while we're right here next to it. Ooh, actually, add to this in case he asks me to do the dungeon. Don't say it won't happen. I already had one quest that took place in the middle of a dungeon.